Hello and welcome back to your next lesson. So this is going to be a little bit different and it's another pronunciation lesson where I'm putting the emphasis back on you for some actual practice. So I always try and get you practicing as much as possible, but here we're going to do some pretty tricky practice all about your pronunciation of British English. And as you can see from the picture, we're doing tongue twisters. So tongue twisters, although fun for native English speakers too, they're also very useful in terms of practicing our pronunciation. And just a few tips first. Try not to say them too fast. Try to stress each sound individually and aim for accuracy. So I'll read them through a few times. Feel free to play them back, listen to my pronunciation and try and follow the way that I say these tongue twisters. So let's begin. Let's take a look at the first tongue twister we have. And it's a really short one. Each of these tongue twisters will focus on certain sounds. We've got about 6 tongue twisters in this practice lesson. And here we're looking at the w sound, w. And I'm going to try and sound more formal in my pronunciation. So here we go, the first one. Which is which? So we can see that the pronunciation of these words is the same for which and which. If we're going for a really formal accent, we can go which is which. But it's probably easier just with the w sound to go which is which. Okay, let's take a look at our second tongue twister. So this is one that I learnt as a child. In fact, my mum, she worked as a sort of high-ranking secretary, and part of her job was to learn received pronunciation, which is sort of very formal, very posh English, so that when she was dealing with different businesses, she had received pronunciation. And this tongue twister we'll look at in 2 parts. Is actually really focusing on the h sound. Hurricanes hardly ever happen. So try and repeat this one after me. Hurricanes hardly ever happen. And one more time. Hurricanes hardly ever happen. Okay, do feel free to repeat these as often as you need. Now, this was the first part of this tongue twister. There's an extension coming up, which makes things a little bit more tricky. So we have 3 place names capitalized here: Hertford, Hereford, and Hampshire. This is the full tongue twister, really focusing on the h sound. So let's have a read through now, and of course, please repeat after me. In Hertford, Hereford and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen. And let's try that again. In Hertford, Hereford and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen. Really good way to focus on that h sound, and it's also a good way of learning the sort of repetition and the rhythm of these sentences. Let's just try this one more time. In Hertford, Hereford and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen. Okay, do remember to try and stress those sounds really clearly, the h sounds. Let's move on to our 4th tongue twister. So this one's a little bit tricky, focusing on sh and s sounds. Really good for you in terms of being able to understand the differences between these sounds. We surely shall see the sun shine soon. A little bit tricky in terms of the mouth movement between s and sh. So let's try one more time. We surely shall see the sun shine soon. Even a little bit difficult for me. Okay, try repeating after me again here. We surely shall see the sun shine soon. Now that one's quite difficult. Tongue twisters are also useful because in terms of the muscles in our mouths, they train and build muscles, which actually helps with clear pronunciation. Let's move on to our fifth tongue twister. Here we're looking at P's and K. A proper copper coffee pot. Another slightly more difficult one here, easy to get things wrong. Let's try that again. Nice and slow. A proper copper coffee pot. And I think we'll do that one more time. Repeat after me. A proper copper coffee pot. Okay, on to our last tongue twister. So here we're looking at the sound oi, oi. And this one again is quite easy to get wrong, but great in terms of pronunciation practice. So try repeat after me. A noisy noise annoys an oyster. And one more time. Do make sure that you're really stressing each sound nice and slowly. You can build up speed as you practice more. A noisy noise annoys an oyster. Okay, there you go. So just a few tongue twisters for you. If you can repeat this lesson and really practice each of these tongue twisters many times, multiple times, without being able to see them, it will definitely help with the pronunciation of some of these sounds. And again, it will build muscles that will aid with your English pronunciation. So I hope you found that useful. Any questions, please do let me know. And if you'd like more tongue twisters, please do drop me a message.